Hi, Martin at Bellyboots here. We've got an exciting week planned this week. We're going to be doing a grazing board. Now, I'm sure you've heard of these. They're a bit like a buffet, but on a board. They've normally got some kind of theme as well. And this week, we're going to be doing a fish grazing board. Now, to break it down and make it easier, we're going to stage it out through the week, and we're going to do one dish every day, culminating in an explosion of fish extravaganza. Exciting stuff, I know. Let's get started. So today is day 1 of 5. We're going to be starting with a Scandinavian salmon dish called gravadlax. It's super easy. It's cured fish, but there really is nothing complicated about it. So give it a go. It needs 4 days to cure, which is why we're starting it now. So my grazing board's for about 6 people, so I've got half a side of salmon here. Skin on, that's important, but it has been pin boned. So all we're going to do is we're going to add 70 grams of sugar, 50 grams of salt, a whole bunch of chopped dill, some black pepper, as much as you like really, and then the secret ingredients. This is going to be slightly different gravadlax. It's going to be beetroot cured gravadlax. Now this is going to make the salmon a really rich purpley colour. It's also going to have those sweet earthy tones of the beetroot as well. It's going to be gorgeous. Just wait and see. So you place the salmon skin side down in the bottom of the plastic container. Mix all the other ingredients together. My grated raw beetroot, my dill, sugar and salt and pepper, and then you just rub that over the top of the salmon, making sure it's all coated. It looks gorgeous already, doesn't it? Then we cover it and put it in the fridge. Now there'll be juices coming out of the salmon every day. You can spoon those juices over the salmon just to keep everything going. And that's it until the day we serve everything up. Simple, isn't it? I'll see you tomorrow for day 2. Okay, so day 2 of the fish grazing board. Today it's my wife's personal favourite, mackerel pate. Again, this is super easy to make. There's just 3 ingredients. You've got to give this a go. So we've got 2 smoked mackerel fillets here. We'll just cut the packet open, peel the skin off, and then we add 200 grams of cream cheese and as much horseradish as you like. The mackerel is quite a strong flavour, so you're going to need more horseradish than you think. Give that a blitz down. If you like a quite coarse mackerel pate, don't blitz it up as much. If you like it really smooth, just keep blitzing. The reason we're doing this on day 2 is because it lasts really well in the fridge. You can eat this up to 5 days later. And that's it, we're done. Stick it in a plastic container with a lid or a jar, stick it in the fridge and leave it until the final day. Superb! See you tomorrow. Okay, so day 3 of the fish grazing board. Today is a smoked haddock and leek tart. It is a bit like a quiche, but there's a bit more killer and a bit less filler. There's a bit less egg and cream, there's a bit more haddock and leek, which is why it's really classed as a tart rather than a quiche. So the first thing I'm going to do is sort out my leeks. I slice the leek in half lengthways because I don't want rings, and then I cut it into slices about pencil thickness. Melt some butter in a pan and just saute them up. The haddock goes into the tart raw. So I've got a plain pastry case here. Again, you can put some herbs in pastry, it's absolutely fine. Chives would go quite nicely with this. Again, I've left this plain because I've got a lot of flavours going on the rest of the board. So we'll break our smoked haddock up. Now the leeks are cooked, we'll put that over the top of the haddock and we'll whisk up 2 eggs, 150 ml of cream with a bit of salt and a bit of black pepper. We'll pour that over the top. And this goes into an oven for about 40 minutes at 160 degrees. Once it comes out, leave it to cool completely and pop it in the fridge. This will keep really well in the fridge for up to 3 days, which is why we're making it today. So now we've got the gravadlax, we've got the mackerel pate, and we've got the smoked haddock and leek tart. If you're not getting excited now, there's something wrong with you. Okay, so day 4. Crab quesadillas today. Now we're not going to cook these today, but we're just going to prep them and put them together. Now I've got a bit of a treat inside my quesadilla. I've got some fresh crab meat, some grated cheddar cheese, diced up pepper and some coriander. But you can put exactly what you like in. That's it, you put it together, cover it and leave it in the fridge until you need to cook it. Okay, so when it comes to cooking your quesadilla, this is what you do. Then you put it in a dry frying pan with some heat and you melt the insides and they become crispy with that warm, soft, gooey centre. Then we're going to take the pan off, put a plate on top, flip it over and slide it back in so it's turned over. You try and turn it over with a spatula, the stuff's just going to go everywhere. And that's it now, it's been toasted on both sides. Leave it cool for a minute and then chop it into segments. I chop mine into 6 or 8, depending on the size of the tortillas you have, and serve straight away. You can't really reheat this. Okay, base. Last thing we're going to do is my personal favourite, the Thai prawn. So I've got some lovely peeled raw king prawns here. So you're going to start by pouring some mirin, which is sweet rice wine, into the pan, about 100 mils, followed by about 50 mils of fish sauce. Now I'm going to add some chopped up lemongrass and some cafe lime leaves. I prefer fresh, but I could only find dried, but that's fine. They'll poach up and the flavour will come out. It'll be fine. Then you just put the prawns in and you poach them in this liquid. Gorgeous. Then once they're pink on one side, just turn them over and finish them off. So the quesadillas are hot, the tart's been warmed in the oven, and here it is, the fish grazing board finished and ready for company. I'm sure you'll agree, for anyone who loves fish, this is an impressive spread. You can always add some mayos and chutneys, and of course, your favourite bread is always a welcome guest. So if you enjoyed watching how to make this fish grazing board, then tell your friends, subscribe to the channel, tell everybody about the channel, and I'll see you next week for another recipe. Or maybe sooner.